What's going on, guys? This is Kyle Carroll of MyMMANews.com and Carroll's Corner MMA Podcast. We're here with Louis Gaudinot, and he's fighting for the Ring of Combat title, looking to be the double champ. Tell us a little bit about your fight coming up.
It's been a while. It's been maybe 2.5 years since I last fought. I fought Ring of Combat right before my UFC stint. So I was the first flyweight champ for the Ring of Combat, and I'm looking to catch, like you said, the double champ, try to get the bantamweight championship. My teammate, Julio Arce, I believe, is the only other Ring of Combat alumni to hold 2 titles. He held the 35 and the 45-pound championship. So I'm looking to do the same.
You know, that would be quite the kind of historic moment for Ring of Combat. Someone who's pumped so many people into the UFC, and you are a former UFC veteran looking to get back in there. What have you done differently since your last UFC stint?
Nothing much, really. Just, still training, still working hard, helping these guys prepare. Jimmy Rivera, I had to mimic Dominic Cruz for a little bit before he got injured. Mimicking Lineker, before that fight got called off. So, I've been helping a bunch of my teammates get ready. So I've been in the gym the past, 2 years and stuff. So I'm just excited to be back.
Awesome. And right now the UFC title, as you know, has been, dominated by Demetrius Johnson, who's going to be defending against Henry Cejudo. What are your thoughts on that division, the lightweight? It actually, I believe, has the least amount of, or second least amount of fighters in the division. What are your thoughts on that? And do you think what do you believe they have to do to build it?
I think they have to promote it more. You really don't see a lot of flyweight fights get like main card bookings or stuff like that. I think they need to develop the talent a little bit more, push some of these guys to challenge Demetrius and kind of, tell their story a little bit so people get invested, they get interested, in that division. If mixed martial arts, those guys are the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
They throw the most combinations. They're the best at everything. So they put on exciting fights. I think they just need to, put it more in the forefront so people will start paying attention a little bit more.
Definitely, yeah. I think promotion it starts there. As your little guy needs a little attention. Tell us a little about your opponent, Phil. You're fighting a guy, you're moving up a weight class. What are some obstacles you may see from him to claim this title from him?
Obviously he's going to be bigger than me, but even in my, flyweight division, everybody was bigger than me. Mm-hmm. So that's nothing new. You know what I mean? He's 6-0, so he's undefeated, but, who are the 6 guys that he's beat? I think he's probably thinking it's going to be an easy fight for him, fighting a flyweight, moving up. But, I'm going to show him on September 21st that there's levels to this, and it doesn't matter if he's a weight class above me. Naturally, mm-hmm. he's not on my level.
And you mentioned your training partners, Jimmy Rivera, you mimicking Dominic Cruz. Tiger Schulman's got some top-quality guys training and fighting out of that gym, including yourself. What is it about Tiger Schulman's that kind of brings and elevates the level of competition and the level of competitiveness for you guys?
We're one big family, and all of our guys are homegrown. Myself, Jimmy, Julio Arce, Shane Burgos. We started with, Tiger Schulman's, Mike Trizano, now the Ultimate Fighter winner. We all started with Tiger Schulman's, from day one. We're not like a Jackson's where people come to, we're grown in-house. A bunch of us started when we were kids, so we've been doing this for years. And, we got a lot of lighter weight fighters, and it's just a great room to be around. And I know training with guys like Julio and Jimmy, Phil's not going to show me something I haven't seen before or 10 times, in my training career. So.
Awesome. And do you believe you have to finish Phil or do anything spectacular within the fight to kind of get that second call, get brought back up to the UFC?
That's what I'm looking for. I'm always looking for the finish. I'm always putting it out on the line. I'm not going to the store. I I'd rather go out on my shield. Sometimes you see these guys, they know they're down 2-0 on the cards, and they fight the third round just to not get knocked out or finished. Sometimes you have to put it all out on the line, and I'm willing to do that. You know what I mean? And I'm looking to go out there and end it in the first round.
Awesome. And I assume you have a striking background. Is there without giving away your game plan, obviously, what are some objectives within the fight that you want to do to, just kind of, move past him and just kind of walk through him?
Punch him in the face more than he punches me. That's the game plan. I think I think my stand-up's better than him. I think my MMA wrestling is better than him. I think my jiu-jitsu is better than him. My cardio is going to be better than him. I'm not going to have to cut a lot of weight like he's going to. I don't see in the fight, where he's going to have the advantage. And, he might think he does, but he's not going to.
Now, do you believe that if you win this title and you become a double champ, it's the only option for the UFC has to bring you back, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I mean, after my last stint in the UFC, I spoke to Shelby and he said, win 2, we'll bring it back. And, I beat Claudio Ledesma, and then I beat Sedicio, knocked him out in the first round. And, they actually called me for the Ultimate Fighter. And I really didn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the house before. And when they made the announcement that they weren't doing the tryouts anymore, I kind of had a feeling they were going to go the route they were going with the champions.
Mm-hmm.
And oh man, they're going to call me, and I really don't want to do it. So, they flipped me out. I interviewed. I made it to the finals. And then, 5 days before I was supposed to go, Lucas, hold on 1 second, dude. Hold on. They told me I was an alternate. And, I had 2 kids at the time, and I said, look, I can't leave with it up in the air. Either I'm on the show or I'm not on the show. That's what you got. Let me know. And, they said, we can't tell you that. They said, we can't tell you that. You can fly out and maybe you'll be home in 5 days or maybe you'll be out here 6 weeks. So, I said, I can't do that. I need a yes or a no. So, I ended up not flying out there. Then, I took a lot of time off. So I know I'm still on the radar. I just got to show them I'm still around. And I think, a good performance against Phil will do that.
Definitely. And you got your child in the back seat with you. You said you took off Tuesdays, and I assume you're parked in a parking lot, and he wants to go in the store.
Yes, he's like, Daddy, I want to go with you, but I'm trying to tell him I'm not going to the store.
What do you do for fun when you're not training, and take your mind off of things, kind of relax, kick back?
Hanging out with the kids. My daughter and son like to go to the zoo, so we do that maybe once a week. We go hiking and stuff. I just like spending time with the family, just relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Real dad stuff.
Awesome. Definitely. And do you feel pressure, though, like that you have to get this win or have to get in like some sort of, stylish fashion in order to get that call back up to the UFC? Or you just feel like you just go in there, do your thing, and walk away?
I feel like if I do what I have to do, I go out there and fight my game plan, not worry about what he's going to do. I'm going to get the result I'm looking for. And, I always put on exciting fights, whether I win or lose. And, I think the flyweight division kind of needs somebody like that. They got some good guys and stuff, but, like I said, they need to put on exciting fights and get people drawn, to the division so people want to see those fights. And I think I'm one of those guys.
Most definitely. And you're also a title holder, not only Ring of Combat, but CFFC. Kind of compare the 2 regional promotions. They're both pretty decent-sized promotions. Ring of Combat's pretty fairly known for pumping guys into the UFC. What's the difference between the 2 and similarities between the 2?
They're both well-run shows. I would say CFFC has like a bigger production value, with their entrances and, the light shows and all that stuff and that hoopla. But, Ring of Combat just puts on good fights. And like Lou says, nobody gets an easy fight in Ring of Combat. Somebody from Ring of Combat that's 8-3 will get in the UFC before somebody that's, 10-0 somewhere else because, they put on compelling fights, tough fights, good matchups. and that's why I like ring combat, and I'm excited to be back there.
Awesome. And you are a New Jersey guy, correct?
Yeah, I'm from New York.
Okay.
Went to school and ended up staying in Jersey.
Okay. And being a New York guy now in Jersey, how do you like the two states side by side? You have a taste of living in both now.
Yeah, they're both good. They're both fun. I'm probably gonna end up staying in Jersey. I like Jersey. That's my home now.
A little less traffic. I know you were caught up in it a little bit. I know the feeling.
I was right by the city, so I had to deal with that stuff. So
definitely.
Yeah, Garden State Parkway's not too fun on the weekends either.
No, it's not. No, traffic in this area is god awful. For anyone in the Long Island, tri-state, New Jersey area, it's awful. But real quick, sponsor recognition. This podcast is sponsored by PureSpectrumCBD.com. Use our link. I'm going to post it up. Also use my code for 10% off, CCMMA. Check it out, PureSpectrumCBD.com. Before we wrap it up, anything you want to, mention or talk about that sponsors support / helping you get to where you are today?
Just all my teammates and coaches at Tiger Soulmans for always sticking with me. NutriBio, who's had my back for a couple years now. Tiger, who makes the best equipment in the game, always had my back. Recent sponsor I just got was Get Ounced. Great company that delivers water to your door and stuff. So, these guys get me ready for my fight and keep me in tip-top shape.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Appreciate taking the time to sit and chat with us. You just pulled over to talk with me, so I appreciate you taking your time. And,
no worries, man. It's all good.
Wish you the best of luck and look forward to seeing you fighting.
Thanks for having me, man. And make sure you guys check it out September 21st, Ring Combat.
Definitely will. All right. Thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.